Namaste. Hello. This is Samprada once again with pearls of wisdom, bringing another motivational booster shot for the day. One often hears this: I'm worried of setting a precedent. I mean, what will others think about me? When I hear someone speak like this, I normally respond in Hindi, saying, लोग क्या सोचेंगे ये भी आप ही सोचोगे तो फिर बेचारे वो क्या करेंगे? Let me translate it in English, trying to keep its humor intact. If you start thinking what people will think about you, poor thing, what will they do? You would have lost them their only job, that's gossiping. As long as what you're doing is righteous and has you with a clear conscience, it's not wrong to set a precedent, is it? To get to this point of level headed thinking, seeing humor rather than getting worried about gossip mongering, let me narrate to you a story. The narration ahead is considered to be inspired from several true stories, but the characters and names used bear no resemblance to anyone in particular. It so happened Suhani, an independent working professional, and the would-be bride had only her old and retired mother as family. Suhani took the decision to get married only and only if the groom agreed to permanently relocate to her place. In India, it is a norm that the bride relocates to the husband's home after the ritual of Kanyadan. Suhani dared to reverse this norm. The bride's family was shocked and ashamed of Suhani. She became the talk of the town, family and friends in the negative sense. The groom's family spoke ill about the bride and the bride's family as well. The groom, Harshvardhan, though surprised, decided to talk it out with Suhani. Suhani said, "All I have is my mother, who would be left alone if I got married and relocated to your place." She also informed about her surveys conducted on marriage, married women, and their tryst to gaining respect, dignity, and love in the in-laws' place. In the balance, she told Harshvardhan it would be risky to have her mother also relocate with her to the in-laws' place. What if she might feel left out? What if she was ill treated or not respected? It would affect their relationship. She said, "You have a large family, but all I have is only my mother." Harshvardhan, being the mature and understanding guy, agreed to permanently relocate with her. The groom's family strongly opposed the marriage. The groom's relative, Miss Samiksha, had openly criticized Suhani and her mother for such an upbringing. With a lot of efforts from Harshvardhan's parents and Suhani, this precedent was set and the marriage took place. The gossip, with its added spices, spread around the place for a long time. On the humorous side, one can say if gossip were food, many people would be overweight, wouldn't they? Suhani and Harshvardhan dealt with a few emotional upheavals due to the gossip mongering. Harshvardhan suggested they leave the city and live elsewhere. Suhani, on the other side, was firm and advised not to run away because of gossips. They eventually started their family, giving a deaf ear to the gossip mongerers, and were happy with their course of life. As the years passed by, Miss Samiksha's daughter got married but suffered abuses at the hands of the in-laws. She returned to her mother's home and decided that to sustain her marriage, she would need her husband to relocate to her place. With Suhani and Harshvardhan's support, things happened as per her expectations. This time, as it was her own daughter, Samiksha agreed to the change in the norm. The town, which had been talking ill of Suhani, now started gossiping about Samiksha and her daughter. They started respecting Suhani for her help and criticizing Samiksha for her attitude towards Suhani. So, Samiksha now became the element of gossip in the town, while Suhani was much loved and respected for her gestures. Well, what do we learn from this story? People's attitude changed with changing situations. The ones who were criticized in gossip were now revered, while the ones who created the gossip themselves became an element of gossip. Suhani continued her life without indulging in counter gossip. What was the result? People became curious as to why she wasn't reacting. As she chose to stay unbiased and deaf to gossip mongers, knowingly or unknowingly, she also helped the person who indeed had criticized and spread gossip about her in the first place. Remember, it takes a lot of effort to create and sustain gossip, but just one action to silence it. You see, gossip does end at the ears of a wise person. There are a lot of us, whether common men, the celebrities, politicians, or nations, who are victimized through this strategy. A lot of problems in the world would disappear if we talked it out to each other instead of talking about each other, isn't it? Hope this gives a clear picture of the life cycle of a gossip. So, remember, folks, do not play the strategy of gossip nor be victimized by it. Just get on with your work. Hope this puts your perspective into clear light. Wishing you a great day. And do stay tuned to Pearls of Wisdom.